I rise today in support of my amendment to the Homeland Security Appropriations bill. President Biden has overseen the worst border crisis in our nation's history. Since the beginning of this administration, nearly 8 million illegal immigrants have crossed over our southern border, with 2 million evading capture from Border Patrol. Even known terrorists and drugs have come through this wide open border. But this didn't happen by accident. The administration's policies have created this crisis by failing to enforce our laws, not holding drug traffickers accountable for their crimes, and not finishing the wall. This amendment exposes this administration's refusal to build the wall and secure our border. It directs the Department of Homeland Security to use the money confiscated from the drug cartels to build the border wall and protect our communities. The cartels do not deserve to keep a single penny of their money they've made smuggling deadly drugs that are coming into our communities. They should deserve jail time for their crimes. I urge my colleagues to support my amendment because the American people deserve secure borders and safe communities. Thank you, and I reserve the balance of my time.
Gentleman from Iowa reserves. What purpose does the gentlelady from Illinois rise?
I claim time in opposition.
Chair recognizes the chairwoman from Illinois.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We don't even need to discuss the reasons why wasting funds on additional miles of wall is a bad idea. The amendment does nothing but make an ill attempt to invest in an ineffective and costly response to the challenges we are facing at the border. Furthermore, it also calls on the DHS Secretary to take an action regarding the use of funds that Congress has already determined he does not control. While CBP is the primary agency responsible for the seizure of these assets at the border, the proceeds typically go into the Treasury Forfeiture Fund, which is managed by the Treasury Department. The allowable uses of these funds are defined in law, and there is an established process for which the Secretary of Homeland Security can make requests to the Treasury Secretary for a portion of these funds. A significant portion of the proceeds are necessary for the agencies responsible for storing and maintaining seized and forfeited assets and a series of other mandatory requirements. Requiring that all of the funds seized at the southern border be used for an ineffective, outdated border wall would create a problem with the execution of the fund, causing it to quickly become insolvent. I oppose this amendment, and I urge my colleagues to do the same. I yield back.
The gentlelady yields back. The gentleman from Iowa is recognized.
I am prepared to close.
The gentleman is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This amendment is not controversial. It's actually very common sense. We are taking drugs seized by the cartels, and we're using the money that's also seized by the cartels to build the wall. We need to build the wall to secure our border. We should have the criminals that are endangering our communities help pay for this project. Very simple. With that, I yield back.